I'm a 68-year-old retired mechanical engineer that designed and developed diaper machines for a living. But I just didn't think at such a young age I'd be wearing them. There were times I was depressed about it. I mean, I didn't want this to be for the rest of my life. And I was really hoping there was another way that this could be fixed. My name is Larry Primo. I live in Daytona Beach, Florida. I call myself the Packalope. I love the NFL, especially my team, Green Bay Packers, and I follow that team pretty religiously. I was the first Green Bay Packer fan enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and it was the honor of my life. Cindy is a great person. We stick together very close. We support each other in every way possible.
I've been married to Larry for 16 years, and we met 2 years before that. We went and did tailgates together, and we went to one game, and it was 16 below the actual temperature. And he told some of his friends, if she made it through that, then I'll marry her. We've had a good time with it. But now we find that we watch a game with the fan on and a recliner, and we do real well.
I was incontinent after I had my prostate gland removed. Even though I did, all the physical therapy, everything required, the surgery was successful. It's just I couldn't control it.
I think at first, maybe the first year or so, we were like, okay, but you're alive. And the cancer's gone, so what if we have to deal with this? But it actually increased in levels and got a little worse.
I was wet all the time, basically. I was embarrassed. I didn't want people to know that I wore a diaper.
He sometimes would get emotionally withdrawn. He didn't want to talk as much about it. He just became a quieter person. And he was desperate for a solution.
I was incontinent for 4 years until I just got to a point where, here I'm using 3 to 4 diapers a day. This isn't right. And I just felt I had to do something. They finally recommended that, you may want to see Dr. Brady.
Larry had mild to moderate incontinence, so it was not like the severe. He wasn't wearing 10 pads a day. He's more on the mild side. And as we did our evaluation, which is, weighing his pads, doing a cystoscopy, looking to see what did his sphincter look like, how did it function, how much did he leak when he had a full bladder, we had him do a cough test. All of those things led us to that a sling would be a good option for him. It's a mesh, a polypropylene mesh. If you look at it, almost looks like a chain link fence. You can see through it. What we do is we'll place this through a small opening between the scrotum and the rectum. This mesh will go, we place it onto the urethra. This is the urethra. We're going to place it on the urethra. We'll stitch it in a position. And then these arms that are here, we can actually pull and tension it. We'll pull up on the mesh and does that to the urethra. So allow tensioning, if you will, on that urethra or repositioning the sphincter to be in a more anatomic position. It's a straightforward, effective therapy for the right patient.
I was not worried about having another surgery. I felt it was the right thing to do. I felt good about the doctor. I felt good about everything about it.
For Advance XP surgery, it's done in the operating room. Patients are asleep. It takes about 35-40 minutes, so they go home that same night. We usually have a catheter placed that's taken out the next day or a couple of days later. And then they just really have to take it easy for 6 weeks. And then after 6 weeks, they can gradually start doing their normal routine. There's nothing they have to pump. There's nothing they're going to see. It's invisible. They get an immediate effect where once the catheter that we place at surgery is removed, they're going to find that they have benefit.
That's how fast it happened. When the catheter was pulled out, I haven't dripped since. This therapy it's brought me back it's gave me new life again, back to where I was before the prostate surgery, and I'm very excited about it. I'm dry again.
It's just been a joy seeing him recovering from the surgery because he's just so pleased And just the fact that he is dry again, it's like a happy man again.